Good morning, dear students of class 9th. Today, in this English class, we are going to learn a very interesting and at the same time very motivational story from your book, Moments. And we are going to learn the last chapter, that is the chapter number 10 from your book, and the name of the chapter is The Beggar. And this chapter is having a lots of message for all the students and all the citizens. So I hope we are going to learn a lots of morals from this story. So let's start this chapter. The chapter The Beggar is written by a very famous Russian writer whose name is Anton Chekhov. And I am Sanju Sahu, TGT English, Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya Westyank, Arunachal Pradesh. I am going to present this educational video on The Beggar for you. And before we start this chapter, so let's know something about the writer Anton Chekhov. About the author Anton Pavlovich Chekhov. He was a Russian playwright and short story writer. So he is a Russian writer and he was a playwright. Playwright means a writer who used to write for plays. And in Russia he had been a famous short story writer. His career as a playwright produced four classics, and the best short stories are held in high esteem by writers and critics. Because of this, he became very eminent in Russia, and he was born on 29 January 1816 in Taganrog, Russia, and he died on 15 July 1904 in Baden-Württemberg, Germany. So let's see, his famous plays are The Cherry Orchard, The Seagull, Three Sisters, and many others more. And his famous short stories are The Chameleon, Fat and Thin, The Bat, and others more. For now, let's start more about our present chapter, The Beggar. Now let's have the short introduction about the chapter The Beggar by Anton Chekhov. The Beggar is the story of the transformation of a beggar into a good person. Transformation means a change. So in this story we will see there is one beggar. Beggar means the person who used to beg to other people. They ask for money and other needy things to the other people for living their life. So generally we are having low opinions for the beggars, and in this story we have to see how a beggar changes into a good person, what makes him change his ways of life. So let's see. The behavior of a woman made him leave alcohol and lead a good life. So the main reason behind the transformation of a beggar into a good person was the behavior of a woman. So who was that woman? We have to see in the later parts of this video. And because of the kind act of that woman, the beggar, he left alcohol and he started leading a good life. So this was the short introduction about the chapter. Now we will see some important points regarding the characters of this play, and also we will discuss the key points of the summary. So let's start. Now let's discuss about the characters in the story. There are mainly three characters in the story. Number one is Lushkov. Here Lashkov is the beggar and on whose name the title is given to the story, because the whole story of this chapter revolves around him. And basically, he is a lazy drunkard fellow. He was a lazy one. He does not want to work. And at the same time, he is a drunkard who used to drink a lot of alcohol, and because of this bad quality, he has been driven away from many places by many people. So, at one hand, he is a lazy fellow, and on the other hand, he is a drunkard one. And above all, he begs to other people by telling lies. He used to ask for money to other people. He used to tell the wrong stories, the false stories. And after gaining sympathy from other people, he used to ask for money. So in this way, Lashkov, who was not previously the beggar, now become beggar. So he is here the main character in the story. So we may call him the protagonist of the story. Now let's discuss about the other characters in the story. And now the second important character is an advocate, and the name of that advocate is Sergi. And Sergi is the person, he was very kind in nature, very helpful, and it is the person who helps the beggar by offering him a job and finally to make him a good person. But in this story, some other important character is there who helps the beggar to become a good person. So let us see who is that important character. And that important character is Olga, the cook. She is the cook of Sergi, the advocate. And she is the kind woman who helps the beggar by showing sympathetic concern towards him. Sympathetic means full of kindness, full of sympathy, full of pity. So, this is the woman who helps the beggar by showing sympathy, showing kindness towards him. And she helps the lazy fellow who does not want to work. So, in what way she helps the beggar, we will see in the later parts of this story. Now we will start discussing the detailed summary of this chapter along with its key points. So let's see. Now let's see the first scene or the opening scene in the story when advocate Sergi met the beggar. So see what happened when advocate Sergi met the beggar. One day, advocate Sergi was going somewhere and all of a sudden he met a beggar. Then the beggar was crying to have pity on him. He said that he had nothing to eat, and this is the way he used to develop sympathy in the hearts of other people. So he used to cry, he used to shout every time that have a pity on me, have a pity on me, so that the people would feel pity for him and they would give him some money and some other eatables. So in this way he was crying to have pity on him, and he said that since last 8 days he had nothing to eat. And all this story he was telling to an advocate Sergi. He told advocate Sergi that once he had been a school teacher for 8 years. He was telling his past story to the advocate Sergi, and he told him that but he left the place and now was a homeless man. He told about his past, that once he had been a school teacher and how he lost his position. And what was the story told by the beggar to Sirji? It is given in the textbook. He told Sirji that once he had been a school teacher and other people feel jealous of him and they hatched a conspiracy against him because he had become a famous, and because of that conspiracy, because of that plot against him, he had to lost his place and now he become a homeless person. So this was the story told by beggar when he met first time the beggar. So see then what happens next. When the beggar met Sirji, he seemed in a very pitiable condition. So see what kind of description is given in the textbook about the beggar. When he met Sirji, at that time he was in rags. Rags means the torn clothes. So he had worn torn clothes. And he had dull and drunken eyes. Actually, as I told you earlier, he was a drunkard fellow. Most of the times he used to drink alcohols, and because of which his eyes seems drunken and very dull. So you can see the physical description of the beggar here. He had the red spots on either cheek because all the time he used to drink alcohols, and he had worn rags, that is the torn clothes, and as he told he had not eaten anything since last 8 days. So because of that, or because of some reason, the red spots were seen in one of his cheek. And at that time he wore one high and one low shoe. So in this kind of physical getup he made Sirji. When the beggar met Sirji in the first scene, their conversation continued, and this time Sirji recognized the beggar. Recognized means identified. So this time he identified the beggar. He told him that he had met him in Sadovia Street. So let's see, actually this was not the first meeting between the beggar and Sirji. For the second time they were meeting, because Sirji had recognized him. He had identified him that he had already met that beggar. Where did he meet him? In Sadovia Street. In the textbook you will find the dialogue between them. In the another video which I have provided along with this video, where line by line explanation of this chapter is given. So dear student, you can refer that book also. So in that video or in the book, the dialogues are given. So from that I am going to tell you, Sirji told the beggar that he had met the beggar just a day before the previous day. In the book he told, I met you just a day before yesterday, and at that time you were telling that you were a student. See students, how lies he were telling, how liar he was, how many lies he had told. At first he told he had nothing, he had no money, he had not eaten, and he told that he had been a school teacher. But just before a day before yesterday, he had told the same person, Sirji, that he was a student. So when he told lie, and Sirji caught that lie and he recognized him. So see what happened then. Sirji warned him that he would send for the police. When Sirji identified the beggar that he was telling lie, so after finding that the beggar started mumbling, he got very much puzzled what to do. So he started mumbling, and Sirji warned him that he would send for the police. So after listening this, the beggar admitted means just accepting the truth. So he accepted the truth and told the truth that he was actually jobless and asked people money by saying lie. So he told the truth to the advocate Sirji that actually till now he was telling lie. In reality, he was a jobless person. He didn't have money. So he used to ask other people for money by saying lie. So dear students, please let me tell, is it right? Is it reasonable to ask other people money by saying lie? No, obviously it is not reasonable. We should never say lie. We should never ask for money. We should work hard. Obviously, we have to be a good citizen. So all these things which the beggar were doing, telling lie or asking money, not doing any work, this is not at all reasonable. So see what happens then. After admitting the truth to the advocate that actually he was a jobless person, now beggar started telling about his true path, that is the real past. He told that he was neither a student nor a school teacher. So for the first time he was telling right that in his past days he was neither a student nor he was a school teacher. So what was he? He added that formerly means in his older days he used to sing in a Russian choir. Choir means the group of singer. Means he was having a very good kind of job. He used to sing in a choir, in a Russian choir. We are talking about the Russian choir. As you know, our writer Anton Chekhov is a Russian writer. So all the background in this chapter or some words even in this story like kopeck, ruble, all these words are related to the Russian terminology. So formerly the beggar, he was a very good singer. So that's why he used to sing in a Russian choir. So now let's see what happened then. Why did he become the beggar? He told that he had been sent away for his drunkenness. He told that he was not at all allowed in the Russian court because the other people, they sent him away. They driven him away from the choir, from the Russian choir group, because he used to drink a lot. Because of his drunkenness, he had to lose his job. So this was all about the past of the beggar. This was his reality. So see how did the advocate react? The advocate Sergey reacted positively. He showed the positive reaction. He showed kindness. Though he was an advocate, he should not bear a lie at all. But this time he understood the situation. Instead of getting angry, Sergey puts the beggar to work, as the beggar was a jobless man. The beggar asked Sergey for work. So see what kind of work would be given to him. Sergey asked the beggar to chop wood for him when he asked for work. So what kind of work is offered to the beggar? That he had to chop wood for Sergey. The beggar agreed to that work though unwillingly. As you have already been told, the beggar was a lazy fellow. He does not want to do work. So that's why, as he had told the advocate that he was a jobless person, and because of that situation he had to tell lie to other people. So this time he was trapped in his own words. So this time he had to be agreed to do any kind of work because he has told that he did not have job. So he agreed to that work of chopping wood unwillingly. The beggar was taken by Sergei's servant Olga to the shed. Now there is the entry of the third character, that is the same kind woman who would help the beggar now. So when the beggar was given work, he was taken to the shed. Shed means it is the place where the wood was kept. So for chopping wood, he must be taken to shed. So Olga was the cook of Sergei. She took the beggar to the shed. He had to chop woods there. So in this way, a jobless man, the beggar, he was given some work. For the first time, he had been given work of chopping wood. So till now, we have seen three characters. That is first, Sergei, he is an advocate. Second, the beggar who used to tell lie to other people so that he could be given money and some eatables. And the third person is the cook. And the name of the cook is Olga. And she is the person who took the beggar to the shed, and now in that shed he would start his work. The work of what? Work of chopping wood. So see what happens then. So in this scene we will see the meeting between beggar and Olga. The beggar met Olga because the Sergei had called Olga his cook so that she could take the beggar to the shed. Olga gave the beggar an axe to work. So when she had been called by Sergei, she took the beggar to shed, and after reaching shed, Olga gave the beggar an axe so that he could start chopping wood. But seeing the expression on his face, she scolded him. As you have already been told that the beggar became angry. He became angry to do work, and he was actually not at all wanted to work. But as he had told lie to the advocate that he was a jobless person, and now as he had been given job, as he had been offered job by an advocate, he had to accept that job. So unwillingly without any desire, he had to do work. And though as he did not want to work, so he showed the bad expression on his face, and Olga understood that he did not want to do work, and she started scolding him. She started rebuking him, and she shouted at him because he was showing the bad expression of not doing work. The beggar put a billet of wood between his feet. Then he struck it feebly. Feebly means without any force, very weakly with his axe. He was not willing at all to do work. He did not want to work. His desire was not there. So, out of unwillingness, he just took a billet of wood. Billet means just a small piece of wood. He took that small piece of wood and he just struck. He just fit that wood between his feet, and he now started hitting the log with an axe. But he was giving force, very low force. He was not giving the high force because he did not want to do work. And actually he was a drunken man. He could not stand on his feet. He was physically very weak, very feeble fellow. So physically he was not strong enough to do work, first thing. And second thing, he did not want to do work. Unwillingness was also there. So because of these two factors, he was unable to perform any work. So when he was cutting or chopping the billet, a very small billet of wood, he was unable to do it. So what happened? The billet fell down. Even the small part of the wood was not chopped by the beggar, because for doing any work willingness is must, determination is must. If we want to do any work properly, we must have willingness, we must have determination, and all these things were lacking in beggar. So see how he would become a good man, because this time we have seen that beggar is not a good person. He is a very lazy fellow. He has a drunken eyes because of his drunkenness, and he does not want to do any work. He was not at all interested in anything. So see what happens then. Though the beggar was not at all interested in chopping wood, but anyhow he completed the work, which led to Sergei's satisfaction. Sergei was seeing through the window that the beggar was working in the shed. Actually, what he was doing, how he was doing, it was not at all seen by Sergei, because he was inside the room and he was seeing through the window. So he just saw that he was doing some work. But how he was doing the work, it was seen by Olga, the cook. She had observed that the beggar was not at all interested in doing work, and actually he was not able to do work because he was under the control of alcohol. Sergei was happy and content to help the jobless person. On the other hand, Sergei the advocate was very much happy and he was content. Content means satisfied, as he had helped a needy fellow, a jobless fellow, and he had provided him a job. What kind of job? Job of chopping wood. So this time he is happy. Though he was little bit unhappy, little bit ashamed, or he was feeling sorry because he had set a very weak fellow into work in a cold time. So little bit he was ashamed for that also. It is given in the textbook. But overall his reaction was, or his condition was satisfactory one. He was very content and satisfied in his heart. The beggar was given half a ruble. Half a ruble means half ruble, that is 50 kopecks. It is ruble, or the kopecks are the Russian monetary units. As I told you, the Russian background we are having. So ruble or the kopek, these two words, as we are having rupiah and paisa, like that in Russia the monetary units are ruble. Ruble means a rupiah in the Indian monetary unit, and kopek. Kopek means paisa. So he had been given 50 kopecks for chopping wood. So it was his first job and he had been paid well for his work of chopping wood. As the Sergei has got impressed from the beggar, so he had offered various kinds of works to the beggar. So see what kinds of works were given to the beggar. The beggar would cut the wood on the first of every month. So every month, the first day of every month, the beggar would come and he would cut the wood for the whole month. This is the first work given to the beggar, that is chopping of wood. And the second work is he would also shovel snow. Shovel means just drive away snow in the shed. So he would keep the shed in a proper way. He would beat dust out of the rugs and mattresses. Rugs means the carpets. So the third work that he had been assigned by Sergei is that he would just dust out the carpets or the rugs or the mattresses. And the fourth work is he would put the woodshed in order. This was the work which he had been given, that he would keep the woodshed in a proper order. He would manage it. So all these works were given to the beggar so that he could be given a little help. It shows that Sergei, the beggar, was having a very helpful nature. He was a very kind kind of person. Sergei When Sergi moved into another house, the beggar packed and carried the furniture. So one time work was also given when Sergi had to move to the another house. For the one another new work was given to the beggar. What it was? That is just packing and carrying the furniture from old house to the new house. So all these various kinds of work were offered to the beggar so that he could restore his life and could lead a peaceful life. So see what kind of reactions were given by beggar, because he was not at all willing to do work. He was very much unwilling to do work. He did not have any dedication, any determination towards the work. A new employment to the beggar. So the beggar is again given the new employment. Lashkov, the beggar, for the first time we have been given, means just after reading the half of the story in the textbook, we know about the real name of the beggar. The name of the beggar is Lashkov. For Lashkov, the beggar was now offered other new employment. So in the previous part we have seen a very little kind of words which were offered to him, but here one stable, now he was given one stable or one fixed work. Now let us see what is that. Sergi asked the beggar to go to his friend. Sergi was having one good friend, and Sergi asked the beggar that he must go to his friend. He even handed one letter to him, and he told him that he must give that letter to his friend and his friend would offer him some job. So see what kind of job this time would be offered to the beggar. There he would be given some copying work as he could write. So before giving this work, Sergi had asked the beggar if he could read and write, and Sergi replied in positive. He said that he could write and he could read. So very intelligently, very cleverly, Sergi, the kind-hearted person, thought for him, and he offered him a job which was a good match to him. For the works which he had been offered earlier, all those works were related to the cleaning of the house, of inferior kinds of works. So this time he had been given the right work. Now he had to do what? He had to copy the work because he knew writing. So the new job given to the beggar was work of copying the text. So again Sergi was very happy as he had put a man on the right path. So this is the new employment. And in the textbook, dear students, it is given that when Sergi sent the beggar to his friend's house, as now he had been given a good kind of job, a job of copying the text. So after that he had not visited Sergi's house. So what was the reason he did not come to Sergi's house for 2 years? So what happened with him, what he was doing, it is not at all given in the textbook. Just we have to know that for 2 years he did not visit Sergi's house. He did not meet Sergi. He was never seen there. So what he was doing? Let us see now. Sergi and Lashkov meet after 2 years. So after 2 years, both these characters, that is Sergi the advocate and Lashkov the beggar, they met after 2 years. So for 2 years, the beggar was not seen in Sergi's house. So what happened? How did they meet? One evening, Sergi was standing at a ticket window of a theatre. So one day, what happened? The advocate Sergi, he went to the theater to watch movie, and he was standing in a line so that he can buy a ticket for the movie. He was paying for his seat. So when he was paying for his seat, he met one strange personality. Now see who is this strange personality. He saw a little man beside him. That man wore a curly fur and a worn sealskin cap. So this curly fur and sealskin cap, these two phrases refers to the things related to richness. Means this time when he was standing in a line and buying his ticket. So when he saw a little man, and that little man, he looked as a rich person because he wore a curly fur and sealskin cap. So he looked a rich personality. So second time, after 2 years he was meeting, and Sergey recognized him as Lushkov. So who was that little man who looked very rich here? That rich man, that little man was no one but Lushkov the beggar. So see, within these 2 years, what work he has done and how he has done, which because of which he had been transformed. Now he looked rich instead of a beggar like look. So Sergey recognized him as Lushkov. So he became very much happy. So Lushkov and Sergey were meeting after 2 years, and Sergey was very happy to meet Lushkov again in a new form, as he had become a rich man now. So at this, Lushkov told about himself. He told that he was a notary then. Notary means a person who deals with or who are authorized to do some legal formalities, legal works. So he had become a good kind of professional now. So he had been given a good kind of work. Previously he had been given a very trivial kinds of work. But now after 2 years he had become a notary. He was paid 35 rubles a month now. See the condition, how his days had been reversed. When he had been chopping wood, he had been given only half rubles, that is 30 half rubles or 50 kopecks. Now he had been paid 35 rubles. So his days has become golden now. Sergey was really very happy to hear that beggar has become a notary. Lushkov thanked Sergey for what he had done for him. So this was the time when Lushkov, now I am not calling him the beggar, Lushkov thanked Sergey for what he had done. In the real sense, what had been done by Sergey? Sergey was the person who offered Lushkov the job so that he could lead his life peacefully. Lushkov told Sergey that if he had not helped him, he would have still been telling lies. Oh, so this is really reality. If he had not helped him, so there is a probability that he might have been telling lies to the other peoples, and he must have remained a beggar. He thanked Sergey and Olga the cook. So for the second time, he thanked Olga also. When Lushkov extended his thankfulness, his gratefulness to Olga also, at that time Sergey got little bit confused. He was thinking that everything he had done for the beggar, and he was now thanking Olga. So he was thinking that for what he was thanking Olga. So now he would tell everything what Olga had done for him. Lushkov told Sergey that it was Olga who was the real help to the beggar. So see how this cook, Olga, was the real help to the beggar. Lushkov told Sergey that Olga would rebuke him He was now telling everything which were happening in the shed, because it was the Olga only who knew that Lashkov was not at all interested in doing work, and most of the time he remained under the influence of alcohol and laziness. So when she saw his expression in the shed, he got that he was not at all interested. So she started every time rebuking him, shouting at him and scolding him. So sometimes there is a positive effect of rebuking and scolding, and this was the case with the beggar also. So for the first time he thought that there is someone who is thinking about him. So he added that then she would sit opposite to him and weep and grow sad also. Then she would chop the wood for him. And here now he was telling the reality, the truth to Sergi. And Sergi now started thinking. He said that in the shed he was not at all doing any kind of work because he was not physically strong enough to do any kind of work, and he was a drunkard man who barely could stand on his own feet. So at that time actually it was Olga who used to chop wood for him, though she was scolding him or rebuking him, or even she was cursing him, and after cursing him she would sit opposite to him and she would weep for him, she would cry for him, she would become very sad, she would curse him, and after all these things she would weep and cry, and afterwards she would be very much sad, and she would do all the work of the beggar. And because of that, a something had happened to the beggar's heart. So, due to Olga's kind actions, she had been very much kind towards the beggar, and unselfish help. She was having a helping nature, but that helping nature was out of any selfish purpose. She was offering him unselfish help and unconditional concern. There was no condition for all the concern, all the loving and affectionate concern that she was showing towards the beggar. There came a change in the beggar's heart. So what were the reasons for which a beggar had been transformed into a good man? That is, it is the cook's kind actions, unselfish help, and unconditional love and affection, which changed a lazy drunkard fellow into a good person who was now doing profession of a notary. So this is the last scene when the beggar disclosed the truth of his success to the advocate Sergi. So it is generally said that there is always a lady or a woman behind the success of any man. So here, who is the character, or who is the woman, or who is the person who is responsible for the success of the beggar Lashkov? Yes, it is Olga the cook, and because of her kindness nature, the beggar had become a good man. Actually, Sergei is also responsible, because if he had not given a job to him, then how he would have become to his house and how he would have met Olga. So Sergei was also a good natured man, helpful person who helped Sergei. He offered him a job, but it is Olga who had given the real help to the beggar. If she had not helped the beggar by showing her kindness, sympathy, love and affection, there might be a situations that he might have run away from Sergei's house and he might have remained a beggar till then. So this is the last scene when we are meeting a good person and it is the same person who has become good now, whom we have met in the first scene, who was telling lies, who was shouting, who was crying, to have pity on him. We are very happy to have happy ending to the story The Beggar. Really, it is a very happy and good ending to the story, as the story ends happily as the lazy man who does not want to work is set into a good job due to the advocate's timely help and Olga's selfless and unconditional loving concern. So, in the whole story, we have seen the beggar who is a drunkard man. He is poor, didn't have money, even didn't have integrity of character, had habit of telling lies and begging to other people, and how he was thrown out of a choir because of his drunkenness. And finally, he met the advocate who helped him to have a or to get a job, and there he met Olga, who ultimately gave him the real help, the real unconditional love, affection, selfless kindness towards him. Because of that, the beggar, a miserable beggar, changes into a respectable notary. So it was the Olga's help which helped the beggar to come out of his miserable life and live respectably. So we are having a good ending to the story. At the same time, we get a lot of lessons from this chapter. First, we should not tell lie. We should not think of asking or begging money. We should always do any work with a determination. And the first and the foremost thing is that we should show the humanity, the loving concerns to others. We must help others. This chapter also highlights the plight of a beggar to the readers and make them understand that beggars are unfortunate or unlucky people who need more than money. So it is the sometimes situations they become beggar. But in this story, Lashkov became beggar because of his choice, because at first he did not want to do work. So lastly he became a good man. So there is a happy ending. So the story was very good. I think you might have enjoyed and have learned a lot from this story. So thank you very much for being the part of this educational video, motivational video on the chapter The Beggar. And I hope, I really expect that you have understood all the plots, episode or the summary, detailed summary of this chapter. So please do the question answer with the help of the PDF which I have given along with this video. So thank you.